What's up, you guys? It's Saturday, and you know, because it is OA Magazine, and today we do actually have a special guest. Now listen, before we get into that, I gotta tell you, last week's meltdown was just too funny because I was in a pissed off attitude, bad mood, pissed off, angry at pride, just so disregard that podcast. You know, we have our day. So listen, today, you know, it's a good day. You know, it's been mildly uneventful, but today we have a special guest. Now listen, this is not for everybody because obviously everybody has their own thing. You know, whether it be painting, rollerblading, picking daisies, or whatever. But some people have more interesting shit to do in their lives than just your boring ass shit. So today we have a guest. He's doing what is called the 5-year journey. And I thought it was interesting. Now, you guys know I mind my black ass business. I don't get into people's business. I normally don't. I stick to myself. I don't bother people. And we all know that's a lie too, but I try to pretend that I do. But every once in a while, when I feel a need to be, you know, a little bit adventurous, you know, I apply for shit. So being that I love Craigslist, you can buy a couch, you can buy a car, you can date, you can rent an apartment, and you know what's cool? You can put it all together. You can date, bring your date to your new apartment. Y'all can have sex because you probably found him in that area, and you can go and have dinner in your new car. So Craigslist is this multifaceted thing that you can just get yourself into, like all kinds of stuff that Jesus would not even permit. So today brings on my guest who's doing this really cool thing called the 5-year journey, and he's basically going around. Now I'm going to break it down the way that I think it is, and then he can tell you what it really is. What this dude does, he crazy. So let's just say that he crazy. He goes and lives with strangers. Now we could stop there and stop the music, and this show would be done because we all know we're out. We'd be like, the moment you said strangers live with, put them two together, you're done. You're done. We know that. So he lives with strangers, and I guess eventually talks about, you know, his journey and his experiences with people. And tonight he's with me. Now, you know, for me, like, I don't, you know, I order pizza, watch TV. So this ain't gonna be shit for me. But I'm sure that he has experiences beyond people like myself. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce my guest, and his name is Jer, and I was going to put an S because in the text message I put an S on it. I don't know. I thought he was Danish or some shit. So I thought it just sounded a little more European. So tell me. So welcome to my podcast. So hello.
You. Hello. Yeah. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Now, why did you take your glasses off to talk? Because I don't. Did you need to see? You don't need to see.
I don't need to see the like.
Because you ain't reading nothing. It's not like a teleprompter.
No, I'm nearsighted anyway. So like, I only need glasses for far-sighted things. Like
okay.
So
that it don't make good sense. You guys just, you know, let him talk. Don't judge. Just let him talk because he's doing a 5-year journey and living with strangers. So yes. Him taking off his glasses to do a podcast, it kind of all makes sense. So just let him do his shit.
It all makes sense. Yes.
It all makes sense. So let's talk about this. We kind of talked a little bit, and I'll be honest. I didn't want to talk too in detail because I wanted this to be really impromptu and be honest. So just tell everybody why are you doing this?
Okay, I wanted to meet more people. I wanted to see more places, have more experiences, and be able to capture it with my camera.
So you couldn't just go to Gay Pride and meet all the people?
No.
And just take it.
I wanted to see people in their living environments where they're living and have experiences there, and just meet people along the way.
So when you said that you were working at a great job, retail management,
Yes.
making like a ton of dough,
Right.
and you gave it all up to do this. Now, what at the end of this do you expect to happen?
That I don't know. It's a journey.
Okay.
It's like your journey. Like
What,
your
don't,
journey.
no,
through
don't
life.
put
You
me.
can't-
There
There is no
you.
there is no like definite destination. Like I don't know what'll happen. It's 5 years down the line, and I'm not too concerned with it.
And mind
Right now,
you,
I'm
he's
just-
he's in month 6.
Yes.
So we ain't even talking like a year and a half, because in a year and a half, this journey is gonna be like over, because he gonna hitchhike somebody, and they're gonna be no Amber Alert. He ain't gonna get an Amber Alert because he's too old. He'd just be a blurb in just newspaper. It'd be like person found, not even not even the name, just person found with a backpack. So you don't even know at the end what this is gonna.
Probably books. I'm going to release books along the way. I would like to have galleries, but not necessarily in a gallery like in New York, but maybe like a coffee shop gallery.
Okay, fair enough.
And then just have a library of work from humanity over a 5-year period.
Oh, that's cute. And so,
Yes.
and you're gay.
Yes.
Because this is how I found him. Because I wasn't doing any straight searching. Because I was looking for models. So you guys know I shoot models. So I was looking for models, and I found him. Not that I wanted to shoot him, but I thought, oh, this is an interesting little post going on. So let me answer. And when I responded, I let him know. I was like, now I'm not saying I'm interested. I just want to know more about it. And then he kind of sold me on it. So far, where have you been?
So far, I've been to Hunt, New York, was where I started. I went from Hunt, New York to Buffalo. From Buffalo, I went to Jamestown, New York. From Jamestown, New York, I went down to Staunton, Virginia. Went from Staunton, Virginia to Harrisonburg, Virginia. Harrisonburg, Virginia to Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. to Baltimore. Baltimore to Philly. Philly to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh to Cleveland. Cleveland to Oberlin. Oberlin back to Cleveland. Cleveland up to Detroit. From Detroit to Chicago, and then Chicago I've stayed in 14 different neighborhoods.
Now, because at first this was starting to sound like I don't know, like Green Acres, like you were in these little small ass towns.
Yes.
And it just sounded like bizarre to me. Like I was just thinking, why? But then they turned into larger cities.
Yes.
Because at first you were making me nervous. I was like, this sounds uneventful at best.
Right.
Okay. So because I was like, oh, what should you wake up in the morning? Oh, I milked a cow. And
But that's pretty eventful for some people. Like, that's their life. That's
Yeah.
what they do, and they love it. Like, they live for waking up and making bread or
Right.
living that farm experience.
But this is a gay show. So
Okay, so there's not many gay people that would
right.
want it.
So you pretty much bored anybody for the
Everybody's
first
like, okay, we're shutting this
15
off.
seconds of all of those towns. They were like, I don't know, is there a Gucci there? They have Prada. So you were no. So okay, so let's get into it, because what intrigued me most about this whole this thing was you being a gay male, and then meeting with these people. Were people? I'm just gonna be honest. So were people like getting into more like having you over for a sexual thing?
That didn't happen until Chicago.
Figures. Now y'all know how I feel about Chicago. You already know. So I don't even have to say shit about that. That makes all the sense in the world. So let's talk about that. Move on. Let's talk about that. What happened?
So in Chicago, I would make Craigslist post, and automatically response is, well, you can come over and you can stay and included some of it in your journey, but how about let's have sex in return? Ooh. And I was like, no, that's not what this is about.
Yeah. So did you not stay with them, or did
no,
you just
no? That's very it's very awkward.
Okay.
It would usually be like older perverted type guys.
Well, older is one thing. Perverted, we're all perverted. Right. So, I mean, let's just keep it real. You can't be gay without having some perversion going on. That don't even make sense. That's like no. Mm-mm. Okay, so the old part is just you got me there. You know, because I could just imagine like that mentholatum smell and just no, I'm sick. I don't feel good. So you mean to tell me that in this journey, it hasn't really been because you haven't been staying with all men. So, but you posted in sort of a men's area, right? So I would think, I'm just going to be honest. I would think instantly, especially knowing how most gay men are, they would automatically assume there was going to be something. Are
you asking if sex has happened?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So how did it happen?
Naturally. So I would arrive. There would be a attraction between the two of us. We clicked, and then it happened just like what I would. Well, maybe not. I was going to say it would happen just like any other hookup, but usually hookups are in and out. Right. I'm staying for a week, so yeah. So we take our time, and then it becomes a natural thing. But. Okay.
Well, now that kind of is a good segue because now you're engaged, so we know that shit ain't going to be happening now.
Right.
Correct. So we're going to say that for him and for his fiance, so that he knows that he's trying to keep it on the up and up, But we all know when he get to LA, all this shit is gonna change. So let's talk about the engagement too, because I still want to go back to the 5-year journey because there's some shit that I want to ask. But let's talk about you doing this project, like why you're doing the project. We understand. Now, have you decided? Have there been parts of it that make you change your mind, like you don't want to do it?
There are challenging parts whenever I step back and like look at it and I'm like, oh crap, what have I gotten into?
Like what?
Okay, I ended up in I don't even remember what the neighborhood was, but a neighborhood here in Chicago.
Figures. Y'all know how I feel about Chicago. You know I can't wait to leave this place. I can't. I just figures. Like, look at this. Isn't I didn't even set this up. He is saying this on his own wheel. Okay.
So I walk into this place, and the guy is like, so how I want you to sell me is as the sex master.
Ew!
I want to be known as the sex master. And I was like, what? And he was like, and he's a younger dude, nerdy, geeky. And I was like, yeah, I believe that you can be the sex master.
So pure fantasy, just fantasy. Like,
but not for me, you're not. It doesn't turn me on. Like, I'm sure you do that for some people. It's not for me.
Just nasty.
But he had a dominance thing. He wanted to be the dominant one.
Yeah, because in his real world, when he's working as a barista at Starbucks, he's not.
Well, he's actually a retail manager.
You familiar with that shit? Huh?
Yes, very much so. But he couldn't really pull it off in his personal life, and so he was like, I want you to sell this so that I can send my servants and people that come over and have sex with me. I can sell this to them and prove to them that, yes, I'm a sex master. And I was like, well, we aren't having sex. You can do whatever you want while I'm here, and I'll capture that. But me and you are not having sex. I don't see it.
That's just so ill on so many levels. Okay, have you? Okay, because that really now I'm gonna get it. So, did people like walked around naked around you to try to get you all into like the people you didn't have sex with, not the ones you did, the ones you didn't.
One of the guys who ended up wanting to be anonymous because I wouldn't do anything with him, a different guy.
Is he in Chicago too?
He's in Chicago too.
See, people, I am not making this shit up. This place is crazy. Okay, I got it.
I wouldn't say it's crazy, but every place has its characters.
Don't try to clean it up. Because all these stories is coming straight from Chicago. So don't even try to clean that shit up.
So this guy is a bear, and he was like, there's a photographer that shoots bears that wants to do a series with me, and so I know you're not interested in me, but I really want you to like take some naked pictures of me so I can submit them to this guy. And I was like, the only way I can do it is if it's included in a series of mine. And he was like, okay, yeah, I'll do it. So I came up with an idea and shot him naked, and then we got to the end of it, and he was like, so now I'm going to get hard. So will you take pictures of me hard? And I was like, no, I'm not going to take pictures of you hard.
Right, because that's not part of
that's
the series.
not part of, like, I don't do, like,
Right.
porno. Like, I'm not going to. And
Well, you probably could, though, because you went to film school.
yes, I
So
probably
you could put that
do
to
porn.
use. Like, and you got a nice camera.
Yeah.
See, you know what it